it up.
Welcome back. We're gonna talk about bikes and
Brews.
some beers and stuff that I'm not gonna like, but they will. So without further ado, we've got a topic. It's gonna be Karl's new bike. He finally built a bike, even though he never finished the last bike he was building.
Last 2 bikes.
Last 2 bikes. Okay, he's gonna add in.
No, actually, I did finish the other one too. My dirt jumper, I finished.
Oh, okay. The dirt jumper is finished.
Yeah, but I haven't finished the stainless bike.
No, the steel China.
That's
bike
the one
is-
you work on the longest, and it's not finished.
Yes.
You've been doing that bike since.
No,
my
I think I
first
started. I
episode.
think I started the dirt jumper before the stainless steel.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. So this thing came together fast.
It came together pretty fast.
And it was still a 3.5 week build process by the time you had everything.
No, it might even longer.
Jesus Christ. I would kill myself. So we have a Karl Strauss collaboration.
And we'll go over that in a minute, but with
Yeah.
my builds, because if it takes me 3 weeks, I have something I'm writing.
Yeah,
It's not like I'm sitting around.
That's
on my
the difference. That's the difference between you and me. I never have more than one bike.
All right.
For
I got
the
a
type
fleet.
of-
I have a
yeah.
fleet. Yeah. Fleet. All right. What are we drinking here? A Squawk Box IPA by Karl Strauss.
And green cheese.
Interesting. You're gonna love this one.
It's a collab with green cheese.
With green cheek.
With what?
Green
Green
cheese.
cheek brewing.
That's the parrot.
Oh, I thought you were mentioning. A
Wow.
spot.
Can you give me a shittier pour, please?
No problem.
It's gonna be a while.
You liked that in your stomach, remember?
That's more like it.
Yeah, I have an IPA mustache.
This is gonna be so grassy. I can tell right away.
He's got a squawk.
Please shut the fuck up.
It's not too far off from what they sound like in the morning.
I love it. You're gonna love it. All right. I'm not a big IPA fan either, and I like beer.
It's good.
I kind of like the smell, which is surprising because usually when I smell hops like that, I'm like, oh, it's
No,
gonna
the
be
smell is
so
good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it smells good.
Wow. Haven't tasted it.
And in 7 to 10 business days, I'll be able to take a sip.
Super citrusy.
What I appreciate is it's not fucking
Yes, it is.
grapefruit.
I think you're going to, well, I'm not even going to preface it. Let's have you take a swig of that and tell me.
You can do it.
You can do it. I'm not. At first, the first swig wasn't great, but it's getting a little bit better on me. Do tell.
We're waiting.
We're waiting.
Going for
I think we can't miss the frickin' alcohol content because they have a huge label on their can.
It almost tastes flat.
Really?
All that head.
Has a lot of head. I don't mind this.
That's good.
As far as IPAs go, I would. It still wouldn't be my. It still wouldn't be my first choice because I don't really like IPAs that much. Mm-hmm. But for IPAs, this is a better one.
Yeah. Citrusy. A little piney.
I like a little bit of that. I'm tasting a bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. Not just like I don't feel like I'm just like trying to have grass clippings.
Yeah.
In my cup.
It's got some depth.
Yeah, there's more going on for sure.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Rating.
8.7.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's
I like
up
it.
there.
I'm gonna give this a 7. I like it more than most IPAs. I'm gonna, even a good one, I'll do like a 6 or something. But this is better than most IPAs. So
This would be a lot better if it wasn't beer. If it was just a...
what are you gonna give this?
Oh, like a...
You give the Belgian, which is a really good one, a 3.
Yeah, it wasn't really good, though. That was the problem.
It fell off, right?
It's been a rough
That
night.
shit got real gross
real fast for you.
Not real fast. It just got real gross
Fast.
over time. I'd give this a 5.
Oh,
Okay.
middle.
That's the best
Right up
one
the
yet.
I think that's probably the highest IPA I've had.
Probably.
Maybe.
But
I
the
thought you had
idea
a
of
hazy
a
that was
of an
higher.
orange,
Yeah, but it was a
yeah.
hazy.
the
Not a-
orange and stone fruit would be a great soda.
This is almost a hazy though.
It's getting close. 6.6.
It's 6.6 plus it's a little cloudy. It kind of has hints of that kind of characteristics, even though I don't think it's categorized that way.
I did go to Karl Strauss.
Please do tell.
Yeah,
let's
I
hear it.
ordered a kombucha,
Okay.
and I just thought it was kombucha. So sitting there with my girlfriend eating lunch,
And
You mooched ya?
and I'm just like, oh, you know what? I should finish this. So I just chugged the
Pounded
rest of
it.
it. Sitting there about 10 minutes later.
The
I'm like,
booch.
It appears I'm drunk.
how big was it?
It was a big glass.
Like bigger than that can.
Yes.
Wow.
So I asked for a menu, and my girl was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." Did I just see that menu? I look at it. I'm like,
How much alcohol was in it?
I think
Yeah, do you
it was-
remember?
I think it was like 5-ish.
Oh, really? And you didn't know it was alcoholic?
Substantial.
Well, it just tastes like kombucha.
I would think it'd have like a sharp taste to it or something, though.
No, it wasn't bad.
All right.
You fruit the hell out of it.
The booch.
The booch. Anyways, that was kind of a nice experience as far as IPAs go. And I don't usually like Karl Strauss stuff. What was it? We had another Karl
Red
Strauss.
Trolley.
The Red Trolley. That one bummed me out.
Terrible.
I'm glad they co-opted on this one. Maybe that helped them.
I think the green cheek probably helped.
Oh, they did have a tiramisu.
What?
It's a
Tiramisu.
tiramisu they made with some sort of beer or whatever instead of.
And how good was it?
You know, it was actually pretty good. And
Yeah?
I'm a tiramisu snob.
Oh, look at you.
I like desserts.
I do too.
Yeah, Stone used to do that a lot. They'd give you a beer with your ice cream and
Yeah, they had a
brownie and
beer
stuff.
pairing. And
Yeah.
I tried like one sip of the beer just so I
Was
could tell
buying
you guys
that.
about it at some point. And it was fucking horrendous.
Wow.
But the actual dessert side was good.
yeah.
Let's get to the sweet stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That behind us. Let's talk about my new bike.
Quick Pro.
It's a Quicker Pro.
So we're
What
talking
are the
about the new Chinese bike brands that are trying to take off, and I decided to kind of roll the dice a little bit. And there's some hype going up around it for the really nerdy people who like bikes and like to deep dive online and other places.
Amongst quick people and professionals.
And pros.
Yeah.
What are the handlebars again?
Oh, they can win.
Can win.
Can win. So it's
Can they?
I
They won't. They can.
Theoretically, they can.
So what I'm writing, I'll put a picture of it. A Quick Pro ER1, which just came out. They have the AR1, which was their climbing bike, even though it had some aero features. But then they went in. I think a lot of the reason they did it, for one, is there's a demand, and two, they have a pro team, and
Nobody
needed-
rides climbing bikes anymore.
yeah, definitely not all the time for sure. So they needed a bike to fill that gap, and this bike came out. The good thing about it is it's pretty light for an aero bike, but the trend's going there. And
You can't see the logo on the down tube.
I can't see the logo. I'm not a huge fan of the name Quick Pro. So this one, whether it was the name or not, I still like that it's subtle, and
Yes.
I've always gone for that. But I also like the white, and I know it doesn't help with weight because it's like one of the worst paint jobs you can do.
Okay, but what's the whole thing weigh?
My whole bike build was around 15.5.
And what was the whole price?
That is a good question because I bought it in pieces over like a couple months. So I'm guessing 6 or 7.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's lighter than my bike, and my bike is
More than double that.
Double
Yes.
that.
And you got a deal on it still.
probably 2.5.
Because he's running a Pinarello, and I asked him because he gets a deal on them what he could get me one, and even then, just the frame set was probably more or close to what I get the whole bike for.
I think my cost on the frame set for Pinarello now is about the same or more than what his whole bike was.
Yeah, so just to give you some context, I've been on the Colnago V2R for quite a few years now. I bought it used. I was stuck on rim brake bike, and I knew the jump to disc was going to be a hard pill to swallow because I had to start from scratch. In Southern California, the main thing I was hearing was the rolling resistance of smaller tires versus bigger and everything, and I'm like, there's no way that's going to be significant, but I didn't really take into account all the trade-offs for the other things that were involved. So the big story is that when I finally made the jump, I'm pretty happy with it so far. And
Welcome to the dark side, Karl.
Yeah, I know, huh? But because before it was everybody was like, oh, well, the braking power. And I'm like, we live in Southern California.
Well, I can lock them up regardless.
Yeah, even with one finger. And I'm not even riding the best brakes. Like Shimano rim brakes are probably the best you can have. Not even running those. I'm running EE brakes, which aren't considered that good. And I'm like, these give me plenty. They're light. They're light as hell, but they give me plenty of power. I'm like, I don't need. And then everybody's like, oh, modulation. I can slowly clamp on them. But I get it in the rain, but we don't ride in the rain, but the rest of the world does. So I get it for the rest of the world. But then it's like, well, you can't put these bigger tires. And that's what I was running into, but more from a comfort level. But I think with the Colnago, they put the comfort in the frame. Where now with the bigger tires, you give up the fact that you need to compromise with the frame and the stiffness and everything. Now you just go full stiff. And full stiffy. So going from top to bottom, let's talk about it. So I did the Quick Pro ER1 in the...
Looks like you keep on staring. You guys keep on staring at it over here.
Yeah, huh? It's kind of hard. You better put that behind the camera.
I'll just put it right here.
Just put it in front of the
It's
table.
going to shake. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
You and I are going to see it.
You can kind of see it. Whatever.
Can win.
So I've been running Campy for years, but I gave up on that because I think Campy is just it's now become such a non-standard that it's going to be really hard. I didn't want to get to the point where
It's a little campy.
there's nobody that works on it. Before, at least mechanics could do either or, and there was plenty of shops that could. Now it's really rare to find Campy mechanics. The mechanics that do work on it have all the tools, all that stuff. I didn't want to run into that. And so I finally gave up on it. And as far as anything else goes, I figured Shimano. And the difference between Ultegra and Dura-Ace is only significant in the cranks and the cassette. Everything else is pretty similar in weight. You're really splitting hairs, but you're not splitting hairs in cost.
Yes.
So I went Ultegra except for the cassette and the cranks. So the cranks I went with Cybre, which are Chinese brand as well, but they're super, super light and stiff. They're not that cheap,
No, they're not cheap.
They're not that cheap.
I mean, they're not as expensive as the THMs,
Yeah, the clavicles are
but
ridiculous.
they're every bit the same price as Dura-Ace.
Right. But they're not more. They're comparable, but they're significantly lighter. And that's the knock on Shimano is they're usually their cranks. And then the cassette also, there's a big jump. And so I decided to get a Dura-Ace cassette. There are lighter cassettes out there, but I didn't want to sacrifice my shifting. Same with the chain. There's almost no difference between Ultegra and Dura-Ace chains in terms of weight. That's actually 1 gram, which I think with the margin there, and you could say they're the same.
Well, the difference with Dura-Ace is the hollow pins, and I would have a hard time believing it's only 1 gram. But
Yep, I did the homework on it.
yeah, no,
Yeah. So if there is a difference in shifting, I think it's so minimal. I don't know if I could detect it, and especially, sucking up the price. So, and I didn't want to compromise because there are lighter chains out there, shifting once again, because I could have got a KMC SL or something like that, which is really, really light. But I wanted to at least start with this to see how the shifting was going to be. And so far it's been great, electronic. So with this frame, you have to order the cockpit separately, but they suggest this bar for this bike, which the steer tube is round, so that's kind of nice. I don't have some weird, funky standardization, even though it looks like it's a little bit different. So I went 38 width and 120 virtual length because it kind of has a sweep in it, which is a little bit shorter than what I've been running, but because of the dimensions and everything, and I'll kind of talk about that later. I went the CRW wheels 50 in the front, 55 in the back, and they end up being around 1250-ish, right around there, in terms of weight for the pair, which is pretty light.
That's pretty light, yeah.
It's pretty light. It does have carbon spokes and carbon rim. I'm pretty happy with that. I went with Vittoria Corsas. That's been one of my all-time favorite tires. I went with the 28s because I thought they'd be wider because I'm coming from 25s. I thought it would be a huge jump, and I was surprised it wasn't as big as I thought. So in hindsight, I probably would have gone 30s because this bike is so stiff. That's another thing. This bike is really, really, really stiff. And it's great for racing and all that, but for everyday riding and racing, you need to find some comfort somewhere. And so I think going to 30s will probably help that, you know. The 28s, I'm fine with. I've already gotten used to it. But if I can get free comfort without any sacrifice for speed or anything, I'm fine with that. I get this cheap bar tape from China. It's really cheap, but I love it. And it's not the most durable. It's almost like cork, but it has this like silicone honeycomb thing on it.
And
That's
silicone printing.
printing on it. And it ends up being, it's like $2 a roll.
I have it too.
And it's freaking great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's better than like Supercaz to me, Supercaz and all that stuff
I
to
was
me.
gonna say, I think the bar tape on my bike right now is about 25 times the price of that.
Right. And I've had that other stuff, and I love this. And the great thing about it, if it does fall apart, because it isn't very durable, I can go through
$2.
30 rolls of this
Yeah.
stuff. And it comes in different colors and everything. You know, Ray has like the white silicone on
And it lasts,
black.
and it lasts too.
It actually,
Yeah.
it's
It doesn't
decent.
get dirty
yeah.
either.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. The white never got dirty.
Yeah.
It actually wore off before it got dirty.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty
know what I like about this bike is the size of the front fork and the dropouts in the back, how wide they are.
Yeah.
I think that contributes to a lot of your aerodynamics.
And stiffness,
And
aerodynamics.
It looks really good, yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks trick. I did go with some old tech. I went with the Physique Eliante non-cutaway seat. Vintage. I love that seat. It works for me. It has the carbon rail, carbon, whatever you want to call it, the shell. It's not the most light, but it's on the lighter side, especially compared to modern seats.
I'm sure it's lighter than my saddle.
Yeah, he's got a 3D printed saddle. But...
No.
Oh, you
I've
don't?
got the cheap Cell Italia because I was just trying all the different shapes.
That works for you.
I've got a steel rail that I'm keep trying
Oh,
to.
this is pretty light.
Yeah. No, my saddle I think is like 270 grams.
Oh, but this is definitely lighter then.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
But I love it. I have a few. I'm on all my bikes. I keep riding it. Those are the main hits on this thing. I did get generic carbon water bottle cages. I like these. They're light. They hold the bottle secure. They're cheap. AliExpress, baby.
I've been on the.
I've had hit or miss.
I've never spent more than I think $25 on a bottle cage. Mm-hmm. And I've basically just landed on the Tax. I think
Oh, yeah.
originally the Divas, now the Ciros. And I've just always had those. I've never lost a bottle. And I've always been very confused when other people lose bottles until the one time I tried another bottle cage, which was those lightweight piles of shit. And
I've seen those.
yeah, no, those things have.
You never take well, like I said, the opposite. You take a bottle cage for granted until you find one that doesn't work good.
Yeah.
You know, like these actually work good, but I have had bottle cages from AliExpress that were horrible. That like the bottle rattled around and he just ejects it.
Just like lightweight.
Same thing on my mountain bike. I tried all these different ones, and I ended up settling in on the Specialized side entry one.
Yeah.
Because that holds the bottle really well. Everything else was ejecting them. And including spending more money on, like, I think somebody else makes a side entry one.
Lezine makes one.
Lezine, yeah. And I was losing bottles with that. And I just go, I'm going to go with a Specialized.
Yeah.
So, anyways. But those bottle cages were good. I decided because I had them, I went titanium screws for the bottle cages just to add a little bit of bling, even though it gets covered up by the bottle. I think it's funny. In the back of my mind, I'm kind of grinning. Other than that, I'm pretty happy so far. Right now, I'm still messing with the geometry in terms of fit. It's not perfect right now, but it's getting better in terms of tweaking and
Fucking
everything.
slam it.
Yeah.
So how do you like the Di2?
The DIT is great. The only other electronic I was on was Campy EPS, which I really liked, but it was getting dated for sure. And now I'm on 12 speed with this, which I really like. I think it works great. The cranks don't shift perfect. I don't really have a lot to compare because I've never had Shimano.
That's
on the
not a
front.
Shimano thing, though, because you're not running Shimano's rings. And
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I expected there to be a little bit of flaw, and like I said, I don't really have something to compare it to because I haven't had Dura-Ace rings. So it's not perfect, but I don't know how different it would be because I don't know.
They're pretty spooky good.
They're pretty spooky good.
Yeah. No, it's...
But I don't really, I mean, with the cassette being all the way to 34 and all that, like, I don't
You're
find
not-
myself shifting that much in the front, especially under load or whatever. It doesn't happen that often. So far I've been really happy with it overall. I am surprised at how stiff it was. That was the thing that blew me away. And then going so narrow with the bars. So I went from 42 to 38
Oh,
That's a big jump.
and turning the hoods in. And it was really twitchy for me in the beginning. And
And now it feels like home.
I have like 6 or 7 rides on it now. I wouldn't say it feels at home, but I can deal with it. I'm hoping in the next couple months I kind of forget about it. But right now it
For me,
bothers
from
me.
32, from when I went from 42 to 38, it was really weird for 2 rides. And now I'm on 36.
I think from 38 to 36 I could handle it now.
Yeah.
But from 42 to 38 it was kind of a shocker because I knew comfort-wise it'd be a little bit different, but I didn't think it would make the bike that much twitchier, and it did. And it made me feel a little bit uncomfortable in descents and stuff, like what's going to happen here and how it falls in and everything. And
You'll get used to
it feels a little bit twitchy like as you descend, but once you get used to that, it's not that big a deal.
You also went smaller on the cranks.
Oh yeah, that's right. I went to 170s from 172.5, which I've been riding for 45 years. Which I thought would
And I've not been
really
doing anything for 45 years.
yeah. I thought I would notice it a lot more where I would be affected by it. Like the bars and everything really affected me a lot.
Yep.
The cranks within 5 minutes, I completely forgot about them.
Yep.
Yeah. I
That's not
thought
that big a difference though.
no, it's not. And I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to go to 165s because I did notice all the side effects by going shorter cranks. It's not just your pedal stroke. The biggest thing I noticed that it affected was the
Knee clearance.
Well, not so much that. It
Height of
raised
your
my
saddle.
saddle, and then that changed the relationship from that to the bars, and then your center of gravity's
Yeah,
all.
it was-
It just everything's just a little bit off, and I was surprised at how much it affected.
Touch points.
Yeah. All that stuff I didn't think would affect it as much as it did.
Yeah.
The offset from the seat to the bars and all that stuff. And I'm glad I'm still going through that to kind of sort it out. And I'm within that window where I'm okay with it. But I didn't think that would affect me as much. I thought it would just be like, are you going to get used to the, the pedal spinning and everything at a different way and everything? And I'm like, no, I don't notice that at all. I think some other people, but maybe because I'm not running 165s or 160s, maybe I'd notice it a lot
You
more.
would notice it if you went to 165 or smaller. When I
Right.
tested them, it felt like it was almost a whole gear jump.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But there's other people I've talked to, and our friends of ours, Kenji, was like, oh, that's a big deal and everything. And I'm like, not really.
If you were like me and you got saddle sores like crazy with 172.5s, 170s,
Hey.
game changer.
I mean, but when I go back to another bike that has 172, it doesn't bother me that way either. I just don't notice the difference that much. I notice it in all the other things that it affects,
Right.
but not the actual spinning of the crank. Now, like you said, if I went to 165 or 160s, I probably would. But,
Yeah. But the other part is this group set actually has a whole other fucking gear compared to what you were on.
Yeah.
yes.
So even if you were put down an extra gear, you wouldn't notice.
No, but I just think the kinematics of your legs and how high your knees come up and all that stuff. I thought I would feel that a lot more. Would I'd be like, "Ooh, this is weird." I lose leverage because everybody's like, "Oh, you," because I tend to be more of a sprinter. I get out of the saddle and I
Yeah.
jump on the pedals, and I thought like, "Oh, I'm losing a little bit of leverage," and I'd be noticeable. Like, "Oh,"
Nah.
I did not notice that at all. Yeah. So, anyways. Yeah, I think it's good. So this is a nice evolution to go through, and a lot of changes for me that I've been riding bikes for a long time, and this is probably the biggest difference of a single bike, entails. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you went to narrow handlebars by.
I've been on 42s forever as well.
Yeah, you went narrow on handlebars. The biggest tires you've ever rode.
One-piece cockpit.
Yep, one-piece cockpit, disc brakes.
Disc brake. Well, I had them on mountain before, but never on a road bike. Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Shorter cranks.
Shorter cranks.
DI2.
And DI2.
Yeah, I had electronic shifting, but never. I did come from. Before Campy, I was on, I believe, 9-speed.
Zap.
No, 9-speed Dura Ace back in the day. So that was the last time I was on
9-speed.
9-speed Shimano Dura Ace.
Back when STIs were new.
Oh.
Yeah,
And I mean the shifters.
Yeah.
but that was the group I had. The last Shimano group I had on road bike. I have it on my TT bike, but it's not nowhere near the same. But yeah. Anyways, so with that,
Welcome to
Modernization.
welcome to the
20,
maybe we'll have to
25.
take a look at your bike soon too, and your bike too.
Sure.
sure
Maybe we'll share some my funky builds as well.
or my next funky build.
Oh.
I got some funky builds going on. You'll see those soon.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're out of here. Like and subscribe.